First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawad from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got I listen to this guy here and there. You know, a lot of times he has some some good videos with some information and just some things that you can probably talk about. You know, it might not be much, but every now and then he has something I want to speak on, and this is one of them. Now, in this case, there are three people that's going to speak in here. He has videos of two, and then he's going to say something at the end, and I want to speak up on all three of them because it just shows you like the two-third thinking, first and foremost, when it comes to our women. It also shows you the total sexual immorality of our people. And then it also sit up here and shows you now, and I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, really, he's a terror. I could be wrong. I could truly be wrong, but a lot of his thoughts, many things he says, he speaks like he's a so-called white man. And that's just facts. You know, but like I said before, like he an Edomite. But hey, that's between him and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But personally, my thoughts, I think he a terror. But with that being said, I'm going to speak up on each one of these individuals, and that's going to be it. And I'm going to let them play separately while I speak up on them. So, hey, brothers, bear with me. But I'm going to let this demon right here say something first. So with that, here we go.
You getting the $2,000 is something. Donald Trump might not be bad after all.
Listen to me, babe. So I'm going to sit up here. Now, let's go back to her. Now, you sit up here and said, hey. She said, hey, Trump giving out that Nero, number 47, giving out that $2,000. He said, hey, Trump might not be bad at all. And see, there are people. See, when money gets involved, fame gets involved, when people getting goodies, they tend to forget everything that a motherfucker done. They tend to forget what their slave master have done. They tend to forget what guys like Trump has done, these presidents have done over the years. They tend to forget about the police brutality. All they think about is what this motherfucker is giving. And they'll forget about everything else. So with that there, I got a few scriptures on them. My first one is going to be, and that goes for our people, you nigger women, you niggers. You know, the moment they talk about handing out something, the moment you could get something or get a bag, y'all forget everything. But this is Ecclesiastes 7. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. It says, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Now, what does that mean? Hey, man, we sit up here and see that we've been oppressed for hundreds and hundreds of years. We still oppressed. We have nothing. When you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, when y'all wake up every day, y'all should be pissed, man. You should be praying to the Lord, man, to get us out of this goddamn filth, this trap, this death trap. We still in bondage. We don't have nothing. We don't own nothing. We can't do nothing. There are certain places in this country, if we go, we get fucked up. We get red line, first fired, last hired, and you motherfuckers love it here. Yeah, it says, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. You should be mad every day. But here's the other point that I want to get to that. It says, but a gift destroyed the heart. Them gifts, subsidized housing, welfare, the little checks the little tariff check that he talked about giving out, the checks that they gave out over the 2020, 2021 situation, you know, those checks that they gave out, I think it was 3 of them. I think the last one was $1,400. But here it is, a gift destroyed the heart, man. You motherfuckers that make a lot of money, athletes, all y'all, man, the motherfucking moment y'all get money and stuff, y'all tend to forget what this motherfucking so-called white man has done throughout the years. The scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, and y'all trust this motherfucker every moment. And y'all gonna be destroyed. Point blank, period. You know, I was going to get that, but I'm going to grab this. It says, I'm going to go to Isaiah. I think I'm going to go. You know what? No, actually, I'll go to Jeremiah. Let me go ahead and go to Jeremiah 17. This is Jeremiah 17 and 5. It says, thus saith the Lord thy power. Cursed be the man that trusted in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. So, hey, cursed be the man or woman who trusts in these damn devils, who trust in people. You know, I'm going to say these Edomites right now, but it goes for any man. You trust in anything. You trust in the system. You trust in your weapons. You trust in anything, your money. Man, the Lord said, curse be you. Fucking destruction and death to your ass. You know, since you put your trust in your heart. Their heart means love. Love is mind. When it says heart. Whose mind depart from the Lord. Your ass gonna be destroyed, man. And I'm talking about you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. And the speckled birds. That lineage go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Fuck everybody else. You know. A lot of y'all motherfuckers sit up here and put y'all trust in all this bullshit, and she want to trust in what Trump says. You know? Now I'm finna get to this motherfucking flaming hot. Let's go. So y'all heard what she said. Now let's get to this dude.
Listen to me, baby. What I want you to do is when you get that $2,000 check, I want you to take that $2,000, and I would like for you to immediately, this is with the utmost urgency, go to the nearest hospital, and I want you to get yourself a CAT scan, okay?
No.
So now let's go to what Mr. Momo say. You know, now I want y'all to look at some brothers before I sit up here. Now I'm gonna make this point real quick. What he said about old girl, he dead on. She trusts in that motherfucker and she's stupid. But now let's get to another point. The Lord gonna destroy a lot of y'all for trusting in these goddamn devils and trusting in the shadow of Egypt. But the Lord gonna kill a lot of you motherfuckers who this motherfucker too. This Romans 1, which I'm about to get. Now I want y'all to take a look at the wall, guys. And I hate to even show it to you. But take a look at the pictures that's only hanging on this nigga's wall. This motherfucker gonna be destroyed, man. The Lord is tired of niggas like you. Fucking sexual immorality. Fucking deviants. You know, goddamn shame. Look at, man, you know what? I didn't pay attention to it at first until I looked at it again and said, wait a minute. Look at the pictures on the goddamn wall behind this nigga. You know? Are you serious? This motherfucker, and you know what? I got something for this too. Because you niggas have no shame. You niggas have no shame. The Lord gonna destroy you motherfuckers, man. I'm finna get to Romans, man. Hey, you heard how the motherfucker sound. The motherfucker sounded sweeter than sweet. Man, the Lord gonna destroy you niggas, man. So let's get a scripture on, a couple of scriptures I want to grab. The first one was Romans because the Lord is gonna sit up here and just wax you motherfuckers, man. Straight wax you. Romans 1, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna really kind of get to the point. Yeah, this is Romans 1 and 26. It says, for this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet. So y'all gonna sit up here and get what y'all get, man. That destruction is gonna be on y'all, man. Because look. You know what it says about man sleeping with mankind. What's the penalty for it? You know, and a woman leaving a natural use for her body, all these motherfucking goddamn carpet munchers, scissorers, moaning, and you can't feel shit because you got a strap-on dildo. Fuck wrong with y'all, man. The Lord about to lie, man. The Lord is about to destroy all y'all, man. Destroy all y'all. The only point that this dude made was a point about old girl trusting in goddamn Nero. And then he wants to be a Momo, a flaming hot. Lucky Charm. You know, man, hey, the Lord is about to kill you niggas, man. He about to destroy a lot of y'all, man. And good riddance. Now, I'm finna sit up here and get to it was one other scripture I want to sit up here and get, man. Because I think it's in Proverbs 10. I think it's Proverbs 10. Damn, hold on. Is it Psalms or Proverbs? Wait, let me go to Psalms then. I could be wrong. I'm looking for something in particular. Oh boy. Chill out, brothers. Let me go ahead and look it up the other way. Well, you know what? Actually, before I do that, let me go back to Proverbs. This might be it. No. So, damn, I know my mind is blanking. Damn. It's Proverbs 10 and 23. I was not going down far enough. This Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 23. I'm thinking it's 6 or 3. This Proverbs 10 and 23. It is sport. This is Proverbs 10 and 23. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding has wisdom. It's a sport for a fool to do mischief. This dude he got the pictures on the back wall. That just lets you know he doesn't care. That just lets you know he's full-blown okay with everything he says and does. He don't give a damn. It's sports to a lot of these motherfuckers to do evil, wicked-ass shit, man. They don't care. And the Lord going to punish you for it. The Lord is going to destroy you for it. You know, point blank, period. The Lord is going to destroy you motherfuckers. Actually, I didn't even finish reading Romans 1. I was going to read that through before I go to the other guy. Let me finish reading that Romans 1. Let me go ahead and go back through it. This is Romans 1 and 26. I'm going to read it over again. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto foul affections, for even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also men leaving the natural use of the woman, burning the lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So the Lord, since that's what you want to do, that's your lustful ways, the Lord gave you over to it. Go ahead. You know, those things which are not convenient. What it means not convenient. It ain't going to be convenient for your salvation. You're fucking yourself. You fucked yourself over. You know, since you want to do it, fuck it. Now you're going to be destroyed. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents without understanding. And y'all understand all everything that's just been read. You know, envious, murderers, debate, deceit, malignant, whisperers, backbiters, people who talk behind your back, haters of the Lord. People sit up here and say they love God, but here it is, they disobey every goddamn word. Proud as hell, prideful, totally prideful. You know, put themselves on pedestals and arrogant as fuck. Disobedient to parents. You got motherfuckers who want to kill and fight their parents. Steal from them, beat them up, take their money, kill them. You got a lot of that shit, man. It says, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You got a lot of people that don't mind seeing this shit happen. They love this shit. They love watching people be wicked. They love watching the vile affections. They love all this shit, man. And all y'all gonna be destroyed. So with that, let me go to the last part of this and let this other guy play.
Go to the nearest hospital, and I want you to get yourself a CAT scan, okay?
No. What she needs to do is deposit that check. And what you need to do is shut the fuck up.
So let me make a point with him. I've listened to this guy quite a few times. You know, quite a few times. As a matter of fact, let me go this way. And I really believe he's a tear. I seriously do. I've looked him up, man. And I couldn't find some things on him, and then when I did find something on him, I think it said his father could be Hispanic, but I wasn't sure, and that's my fault. I didn't look it up again. As a matter of fact, let me sit up here and see. Let me see if I could look it up, because sometimes when you don't know the name of these guys, I never learned this guy's name. So when you put in the angry man and all this other stuff, you tend to look them up. A lot of times you sometimes can't find, but you know what? Let me do that again. Angry Man Podcast. All right. Oh no, I don't want that. Let me go back. Let me go back. Oh, so he an Indian content creator. So he's Indian content creator, the Angry Man. Yeah, so you know what? Hey, I might be right, man. You know what? I'm not going to say no more about it, but I might be right. I'm not going to look any too much deep into it, but it says Indian. I thought, you know what I was looking at? I would think I was looking at the twin brothers. That's who I think I was looking at, and I found something on it. I think their fathers could be Hispanic, but I wasn't sure about them neither. I forgot their name, man. The twins, man. I'm quite sure brothers know who it is, but either way it goes, he's Indian. So, yeah, I think he's a tear, but that's just me. I think he a goddamn tear, But either way with that, whether he Indian, whether he Edomite, if his father Indian, if his father, well, depending on, that's dependent too, because Native Americans. It all depends. So, it could go either way with that. So, like I said before, that's between him and the Lord. Personally, I think he'll tear. But here, I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures. The first scripture I wanted to sit up here and say, Reuben, Gad, Native Americans, Reuben, hey, he could, it's possible. But the whole point of the matter is that if he other other nationalities, he threw. Point blank, period. But with that, let me sit up here and grab Matthew. I want to grab Matthew with this. This is Matthew chapter 13. And it says the tares. And it says, and this is Yahushua speaking in red. It says, another parable he put forth unto the saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy had done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together unto the harvest, and in time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in a bundle to burn them, but gather the wheat in my barn. So you know what that's speaking of? That's a parable. That's a parable between the elect and between the heathen nation's children. Because you're gonna have heathens that look like, you're going to have the Edomites that look like Israelites, but they actually Edomites. You're going to have so-called white men who look like so-called black men. You're going to have so-called black men who look like so-called white men. And you're going to have some of them that's going to sit up here. Let me rephrase how I'm saying it. So let me rephrase myself and slow myself down. You're going to have so-called Israelites that look like white men, but they're actually Israelites, even though they look white. And you're going to have so-called black men that look like, you're going to have so-called white men who look like Israelites, but who are going to actually be so-called Edomites or whatever the nation. Those tares are the heathen nation, is what it's saying. So you're going to have a lot of motherfucking men. You're going to have motherfucking Israelites that look straight up like Israelites, but who are going to be really of the heathen nations. They're going to be heathen. They're not going to be Israelites. Even though they look like Israelites, they're going to be heathen. Even though they're going to look like Yasharallah, they're going to be heathen. They're going to be other nations' children. So when you look at that parable in Matthew 13 and 24, if you're born to an Israelite father, that means a so-called black, Latino, or Native American. That means you're going to be, you're going to probably be part of the, you're going to be, in lineage go back through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That means you're going to be the wheat. But if your lineage go through another nation, whether it be Edomite, Moabite, Ammonite, then you're a tare. Even though you might look like a so-called black person or a so-called Hispanic or a so-called Indian, if your father is of the heathen nation, it don't matter. You're going to be destroyed. And to me, I think dude is a tare. Point blank, period. And Salakia for, me going all over the place and for the, my mix up of words here and there. But I just want to speak up on that video, because you got a fool that trusts in Nero all because he giving a gift. You got a Momo who's totally okay with his Momoism, his vile affection. And then you got a dude, to me, that's just a tear because he loves the so-called white man. He really do. He loves Trump. Loves everything about him. Hey, so with that, I hope it was some edification for whoever was listening. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed sooner. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and a Baba Ball and Anya Habadam Malakim. Shalom.